Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button if you guys are fans of the content being posted onto this channel to always be in the loop with more content similar to this, and be sure to hit the video up with a like if you're enjoying the content. And with that being said, let's begin. So make no mistake about it, we are on the official road to Godzilla vs. Kong, which is scheduled to be released in roughly around a few weeks, and because of this, we've been getting new information, new teasers, new TV spots, and new trailers showcasing both Godzilla vs. Kong, which further goes on to confirm the spoilers and the leaks provided just about a month ago on the overall narrative of the film. So we understand now that based on the overall premise of what's going to happen in this movie, it was as I had told you about a month ago that the rumors and spoilers involving this film basically indicate that the Hollow Earth opening is right around where Antarctica is, which again is further confirmation based on the teasers and the trailer spots shown where Kong is being transported on over to Antarctica. So here's the basic underlying premise of what's going to happen. So we understand that Kong is going to be injured and he's not going to do well against Godzilla in the opening acts of this film, which just so happened to take place in the middle of the ocean on the aircraft carriers, right? That's premise number one. So being the fact that Kong loses, he needs something more than what he has now to even stand a chance against what Godzilla is, especially knowing now that Godzilla is pissed, and that's confirmed only because Godzilla is going around destroying these Apex facilities only because he knows that King Ghidorah's presence is being felt. And actually, interestingly enough, it was confirmed by several different sources that King Ghidorah will be shown in the movie, or at least the remnants of his skeleton and his brain. His brain is going to be a big plot device in this movie, as of course it is insinuated that his brain is going to be what fuses and powers the very body of MechaGodzilla. So all of this that's being shown right now further substantiates the evidence provided that the Hollow Earth opening lies in Antarctica, so they're taking Kong there because he needs to go deeper into the Hollow Earth to get what he needs. And what's even more remarkable is seeing in some of these trailers and teasers how Kong isn't just wielding an axe, but he also seems to have somewhat of a shield that's being used to protect him against Godzilla's atomic breath, right? So the underlying premise here is that MechaGodzilla is going to show up at the very end. Now, there's no details as to how long that fight's going to be. It's only presumed now that it's going to close out the entire movie by introducing this, which ultimately makes sense, right? So again, Godzilla has the upper hand a few times over in this movie, especially towards the end, where it was insinuated that Godzilla was just about to finish off Kong until MechaGodzilla bursted out and they threw down against him, which ultimately they lost until Kong and Godzilla teamed up to rip MechaGodzilla apart. Now, we're going to talk about that later on, but just to basically clear some stuff up, there is no Zilla, right? The 1998 Godzilla that we saw from the American studios, we're not going to be seeing anything of that. There are no irrefutable factual evidence currently to substantiate Destoroyah being in this, and for all we know, this could be, for now, the last of the MonsterVerse movies within Legendary's lineup, because of course the licensing for Godzilla is going to go back to Toho, but I really wouldn't hold my breath, because if this movie, which it will, does great in the box office per se, and its sales go up, then I'm pretty sure they're going to continue moving forward with more MonsterVerse movies. But nonetheless, so MechaGodzilla is said to be functioning courtesy of Ghidorah's brain. Dr. Serizawa's son is said to be the lead antagonist of the movie and wanting to wipe out all of the kaiju by using MechaGodzilla as a means of wiping out the two alphas, which of course are Kong and Godzilla, so that makes sense. But either way, there are rumors going around right now that this movie is going to leave off kind of like a cliffhanger to open up the doors for future movies. Now, whether or not this is true, we don't know. And this had happened before with Kong Skull Island, with Godzilla 2014, Godzilla King of the Monsters, so I really wouldn't put it past Legendary to introduce a narrative like that, but we're gonna have to wait and see. So it's really awesome to see how Kong is going to be using his environment to fight against Godzilla by leaping over buildings, by using his weight and throwing his weight around, which is gonna be a pretty good thing. But this movie's also confirmed to focus less on the humans and more through Kong's perspective, which is a really good thing because you kind of want to go and see what Kong's journey is like, because you can't really follow suit by going into Godzilla's narrative because you already know what Godzilla is up to. He's going around, he's destroying all of these Apex facilities only because he's looking for what he assumes to be Ghidorah, and not knowing that these Apex people are working on secret stuff by experimenting on not just Ghidorah's brain, but what was said in the movie, multiple different kaiju. They're actually going out and meddling and experimenting with different kinds of animals and kaiju, so that's already the narrative provided. So we're going to be diving into Kong's perspective to see how he functions, how he goes about this, and what he does to counter Godzilla. Now, the way this movie ends is really, really important, only because we know that in this movie, they're establishing the grounds that the Hollow Earth is what Kong Skull Island was, and they're fearful that Skull Island might be the gateway to the apocalypse of the world, because whatever's going on Skull Island could ultimately affect the rest of the planet, so they're really not trying to go into that direction where the outcome is ultimately the same, with Skull Island resulting in the entire world having to go to shit only because of what's going on over there. Because we know that there are massive skull crawlers walking around, we know that there are war bats and war hawks, Nozuki, all that kind of stuff going on, and that's ultimately due to the activity happening on Skull Island. So it's really interesting to see how Monarch are going to play the roles of the good guys and Apex are going to play the role of the bad guys. So there's going to be a heavy emphasis on there being conflict between both parties, only because one party is trying to remain neutral in giving the Titans their space, while the other is trying to either kill them or use them for experiments, and Kong and Godzilla are not having it. But what's really riveting to me is seeing what happens at the very end, because we know that Godzilla and Kong both go their separate ways. There's unanimously going to be no winner in this, as of course any versus movie does, but we are going to see the two monsters actually tag teaming against MechaGodzilla, which MechaGodzilla is said to go on an absolute rampage, and that's based on Ghidorah's brain having to take control. The humans are going to lose control, and Ghidorah's brain is going to operate MechaGodzilla in such a way to where MechaGodzilla is going to go on an absolute rampage, to where at the very end Kong and Godzilla stop him, but it isn't going to be easy. So that's kind of a good thing to kind of illustrate the point of MechaGodzilla destroying everything, including the city, and for it to take literally everything that Kong and Godzilla have to put this massive thing down. So that's essentially a good thing, and all of the TV spots provided showcase Kong falling into the Hollow Earth, showcase Kong going to Antarctica, showcase Kong wielding weapons, and seeing the narrative unfold is essentially a good thing. And I think that it's only a matter of time before we do end up getting a definitive trailer to some extent showcasing MechaGodzilla in its entirety, unless they want to kind of keep it ambiguous, which by now a lot of people already know that MechaGodzilla is going to be a thing. We're gonna have to wait and see what they end up doing, if they actually end up revealing him in some way, shape, or form. But by the end of all of this, I want to get your thoughts on Kong wielding an axe and a shield and using his environment. I want to get your thoughts on seeing the way Kong is going to operate in this movie, in being agile and having to duck, dodge, weave, climb, and try to run away from Godzilla's attacks and having to counter him by using his own body weight against him. And I want to get your thoughts as to what you guys believe needs to be done in order for this franchise or the MonsterVerse to continue, because the future right now is very unknown, likely based on the overall hype and everything going on with Kong vs. Godzilla and everything involving the previous movies with Kong Skull Island, both Godzilla movies, and whatever it is that they're going to be doing in the future. What do you think is more than likely to happen? Are they going to stop it right here and there, or are they somehow going to leave this ambiguous and open for more movies to take place? So again, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for your time. If of course you guys are new and you're stoked, ready, and excited to see this movie, then be sure to give this video a big fat thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, guys, for more information, discussions, and updates along the way. Tune back in for more, and we'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody, and take care. Peace.